Ahora vamos a practicar el vocabulario. Yo recomiendo que ustedes dibujen, draw palabras, words de vocabulario. If you are in class, you're going to draw them and allow a classmate to identify them. If you are working online, go ahead and draw and then label your drawing. Again, or if you want to use this time to create some flashcards where you have the drawing on one side or the symbol on one side and then the word on the other, that's fine. But remember, stay away from bilingual flashcards. You don't want to train your brain to get to Spanish through English. You want to go idea and then the name for it. So, for example, here we have la madre, la familia, el hijo, and of course yours might look more like this, like mine would look. Go ahead and pause the video, work with your vocabulary for about 10 minutes, and then we will move on. Los colores. En la lección ustedes tienen una lista de los nombres de los colores y yo voy a leer los nombres aquí. Ustedes pueden repetir. Rojo, rojo. Anaranjado, anaranjado. También, it's also called color naranja, naranja. This one is not like the city in Texas. It's not Amarillo, because remember, it's not going to be a L sound. It's going to either be a Y or a J sound. So it's amarillo, amarillo, or amarillo, amarillo. But it's not Amarillo, sorry. They're named for the yellow flowers. The city is named for the yellow flowers, but that is amarillo or amarillo. Verde, verde, azul, azul, violeta, violeta. It's also called púrpura or morado. It has several names. Some of these colors have more than one name. So, remember from elementary school when you learned about primary and secondary colors? So remember that you can use primary colors can be mixed to create a secondary color, okay? Primary colors create the secondary color that will be in between the two primary colors. So 1, 2, 3 primaries and 1, 2, 3 secondary colors here. So rojo y azul forman violeta, verde, amarillo y azul forman verde, negro y blanco, ¿qué color forman? Forman gris. Los días de la semana. Voy a pronunciar los nombres primero y después vamos a hablar del origen de los nombres. Lunes, lunes. Martes, martes. Miércoles, miércoles. Jueves, jueves. Viernes, viernes. Sábado, sábado. Domingo, domingo. Notice that I began with lunes. Many calendars outside of the US begin this way and they keep the weekend, incredibly, at the end of the week. We split ours, right? We begin our weeks on the calendar with domingo, but many other countries begin it with lunes. So our 5 days of what we have of our work week are associated with the planets. Lunes is moon day, luna, lunes, okay? Martes, which planet would that be? Martes, it goes with the planet Marte, Mars, sorry, Marte is Mars. Miércoles is associated with Mercurio, Mercury. Jueves, like the old expression by Jove, it's Jupiter. Viernes is associated with Venus. Sábado comes from Jewish, the Jewish week. Remember that Spain had a lot of Jews and eventually had for a time a lot of Muslims also living there. But Sábado comes from the Jewish calendar, the Jewish week. Sábado is the Sabbath, okay? And then Domingo, Domini, the Lord. Domingo is the day of the Lord. It's Sunday, okay? Those are the days of the week. You don't have to know the origins. Those are just to kind of give you clues to help you remember. But you do need to know what days they are and how to pronounce them. Vamos a trabajar un poquito más. Los días de la semana empiezan con lunes, like I told you before, and vez instead of domingo. I know in the US we start with domingo, many others start with lunes. Also, days of the week have articles in front of them. It's not just Friday. In Spanish, it's el viernes. Notice that the difference in article changes the meaning. El viernes, el is singular, and so there's a party on Friday. It's just a one-time party. Yes, I realize all the names of the weekend, almost all of them end with an S, but that's the name, right? That's not plurality. El viernes versus los viernes. Los is the plural of el, and we're going to deal with this very soon. But for right now, just recognize el viernes is singular, los viernes is plural. So this would be recurring on Fridays, recurring activity. So versus el viernes, a one-time activity on Fridays. It is not optional to use an article. You must use an article. Spanish uses articles much more frequently than English does. But there's things that English does that we don't do as much in Spanish. Okay, so this is just part of the language. You have to learn it and accept it. It's the way that it is. Vamos a continuar en el próximo video.